There's a lot to talk about with the Capitol protest on January 6th, and my goal in this video is to talk about the facts and what we know outside of political ramifications. I will not place my focus on the imaginary racism of liberals, nor will I be talking about how BLM burned the city down a few months ago, or how a few days later BLM came unhinged at the same spot, nor will I be talking about the video that I am not allowed to show. Let's do this top 6 style.
Oh, what were you expecting from me? A round number?
Number 6. Pipe bomb. DC Capitol Police have stated on record that there were 2 pipe bombs found near the Capitol, as well as a cooler of Molotov cocktails. One for the RNC headquarters and one for the DNC. However, this was obscured by the situation at the Capitol. So tell me, if the Conservatives' goal was to upstay the eel-stay, why target these other 2 buildings? Now, if it was Antifa, which is known to use violence and burn down cities, that makes sense. Number 5. Facebook, not Parler. Parler was shut down over all of this, with the claim that the site was used to organize and mobilize people to go to the Capitol. This was just an excuse to take down the site because the site does not censor thoughts or opinions that are damaging to big tech. In fact, we now know that most of the people involved got connected through Facebook despite the mass censoring that they already do. Number 4. Antifa infiltration. There is plenty of evidence that members of Antifa infiltrated the movement. I'm just going to go out on a limb, and without looking further into it, I suspect that the individuals who caused the most harm and damage were said infiltrators. What percentage were infiltrators as opposed to patriots? I cannot say. However, it only takes a few to cause real damage. Number 3. Velvet ropes. Capitol Police opened the door for the protesters. If this was a dangerous mob, why would they be let in? I very much think that there is more to that than meets the eye. Either way, most of the people that breached the Capitol probably did not even know that they were not supposed to be there. They stayed behind the ropes for most of the time. There were a few outliers, of course. However, just like the millions of law-abiding gun owners in this country, if these breachers were a problem, we would have seen it. Number 2. Proactive FBI. Despite supposedly not doing enough to stop the Capitol Hill protest, the FBI was in fact quite active. The FBI arrested a leader of Proud Boys and knew what was going on because of the aforementioned Facebook communications. In fact, 170 people were investigated. It seems to me as if some more radical members that planned to commit crimes were too vocal, and most of the remaining violent individuals were simply less vocal. Number 1. Was there backup? The Capitol Police warned the Senate that reinforcements might be needed, but the message was never passed on to Pelosi or McConnell. Specifically, the request was to have the National Guard on standby. As you can see, there are several parts of this story that not only do not add up, but I say that there is evidence that this is going to be used as a Reichstag by the Biden administration. If I missed any discrepancies, let me know in the comments section below.